So today we are going to be going through the GKB Combiseeder series. The Combiseeder comes in a variety of sizes from 1.2 meters out to 2.4 meters. So from 4 foot all the way up to 8 feet. The GKB Combiseeder is a seeder, or in this case for today, we're going to be using it as an overseeder for a sports field. We're going to be planting perennial rye, overseeding a Bermuda. So we'll kind of go through some of the features and then we'll tell you how to calibrate the machine. Biggest feature that kind of makes this a unique machine is you have these 2 sets of cast iron spikes, spiker rollers. They are all independent of each other. And so basically what this is going to do as the spiker, when you put it into the ground, it's going to give you a flower pot, and then your seed's going to fall in roughly here. And then this brush is going to brush anything that's left over or falls out on top, doesn't make it into that flower pot. And then right behind that, you're going to come back with one more set of spiker rollers, and that's going to mash in the seed to the flower pot that you've created, give you maximum seed to soil contact. And then just behind it, you have one more brush that's going to sweep in just anything that does happen to be missed on the first pass. The brush itself is adjustable on the back if you don't want to use it for some reason. Most people are going to want to use it, but that's simply adjusted with these 2 handles on each side. Screw jack here is going to adjust the other brush in the front in case you want less or more downforce as well. This machine is ground driven, so no PTO shaft. The front roller there is what's spinning it. There's a brush down here in the bottom that's going to spin, put your seed out at the rate that you calibrate. That is all calibrated here. This device here is what calibrates the amount of seed that comes out. Obviously 0 is going to be minimal amount of seed, up to 7, which is going to be your max seed. And so that's where you can calibrate. You simply unscrew here, slide back and forth, and that's what's going to give you either more or less seed depending on what rate you're trying to put out. So to calibrate your machine, it's fairly simple. Everything you're going to need other than a scale is with the machine. So if you look right here, the tray that you're going to catch your seed in to calibrate and weigh it is right here, this orange piece. And so to take it out, you're simply going to pop it off the bracket there. And slide it out the end of your machine. Just make sure there's no seed in here. This weighs 7.7 pounds. We'll go ahead and solve that problem for you. That way you don't have to worry about tearing and zeroing out your scale and things of that nature. And then to calibrate, you're going to come right over here to the side, and you can see this wing nut here. So you're going to unscrew that. And this piece is going to come off, and your tray is going to slide right in to that slot. Just like so. So to calibrate your machine, you're going to give yourself 2 full turns on the front roller here. You'll need a 17mm wrench to do that, and it's simply 1 full turn and then your 2nd turn. And then what you're going to do is you're going to slide your tray out here, and it helps to have a secondary piece to put it into. So today you'll see we've got our fancy Halloween bucket. We're going to bring that over to the scale here, and we can read it, and it's going to show that we've got 1.5 pounds of seed in the bucket itself. And so we know by tearing it out that our bucket weighs 0.25 pounds. So we know we're putting out at 1.25 or 12.5 pounds per 1,000 square feet. So the Combiseeder, if you need a little more weight because your field's super compacted, you know, sports fields generally get that way, especially later in the year, going through summer, spring, even some fall ball, and now you're starting to overseed, you can add more weight to your Combiseeder, simply adding weight here, and then this plug here is for draining it at the end of the day. All right, one last thing on the Combiseeder, you can see the red ball in the arm there. And so what that's gonna do, since you're riding on the tractor, you're gonna have the hood closed, you can't see into the machine. It's gonna tell you as you're full and as you start to empty out. And the indicator for that is right here on the front of the machine. So obviously, as it's slapped full, it's gonna be higher. And then as you put the seed out, the arrow is going to start to point towards the bottom.